Don't you love it, guys? Don't you love it? The AI infinite money glitch. It's continuing, guys. It's continuing. We got news today that Amazon inked a $38 billion deal with Openai to use hundreds of thousands of, you guessed it, Nvidia chips. And look, Amazon stock is up over 5% as I'm making this video, and Nvidia is up not as much as that. I think like 4%, something in that range, pretty much the same, 4.2%. And both of these are pretty much trading near all-time highs. And this comes after we got some great news from Amazon in terms of their earnings, right? That shot the stock up. AWS grew 20% year over year, better than the 18% expected. That's after we got that. So good news after good news after good news for Amazon. And I couldn't be happier, guys, as I'm a shareholder and I've been loading the boat over the last couple of months. You guys know that. I've been saying that here on the videos. You guys in the Patreon know that I've been buying Amazon like a madman, right? So let's dive into this right here. Whoops, actually, we don't want to move the whole screen. What are we doing there? I just want to move my big old head. There we go. So we can see the headline: Amazon stock jumps on $38 billion deal with Openai to use hundreds of thousands of Nvidia chips. So if we come down here a little bit, zoom in a little bit, let's see to kind of get the details here a little bit more. So we can see the company announced a $38 billion deal with Openai for chat or for the chat GPT developer. I don't know why they say it like that. Whatever. Pretty much Openai, Amazon, $38 billion deal. So Amazon can access hundreds of thousands of Nvidia's AI chips through its cloud computing infrastructure, AWS, right? And under the partnership, Openai will run its AI workloads on Nvidia's GPUs housed within Amazon's AI servers. The company said that Openai would immediately start using AI infrastructure provided by Amazon's cloud segment, AWS, Amazon Web Services, scaling to the full computing capacity outlined in the deal before the end of 2026. And coming down even more, the move is just the latest in OpenAI's string of deals with cloud providers and chip makers. OpenAI also has a $300 billion deal with Oracle and agreements with AI data center provider CoreWeave, right? Worth more than $22 billion. And of course, they've done other deals, announcements, right? Agreements with Broadcom, AMD, Nvidia. I mean, guys, this we've been getting, it seems like every 2 weeks at this point, right? We get a big piece of news regarding OpenAI. And this is all right before OpenAI. Forget Amazon for a second. This is right before OpenAI is about to go public, right? We can see the circular AI deals have added to fears of a market bubble and raised concerns that AI demand could be overstated. That is a big risk. That's kind of the overhanging risk over all of these companies, right? Are they investing too much in AI? Is this overblown? You know what I mean? Which I don't necessarily think that, but that is the risk that people often bring up. And OpenAI's, get this, costs are set to surpass $1 trillion. $1 trillion by the end of the decade, while its revenue remains far below that value, raising concerns about whether the company can pay for its latest AI infrastructure commitments. Yeah, I mean, look, they're raising a crazy amount of money. They're not making a ton on the top line. The valuation is extremely high, which honestly, it makes me a little skeptical to buy the IPO. But then again, man, this has to be the most hyped up IPO in recent memory. Maybe since Robinhood. I don't even know. Forget Robinhood. I don't know. It's going to be big, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's just going to go up right when it IPOs. So we can see OpenAI last week announced a new agreement with Microsoft, allowing the startup to transform into a for-profit public benefit corporation, paving the way for OpenAI to actually go public. The company is reportedly laying the groundwork for an IPO that would value it at $1 trillion. Guys, is it worth $1 trillion? I don't know. I don't know, really. And the thing with IPOs, I think it's best to avoid them initially because a lot of the time when a company IPOs, the stock price just tanks initially. Not always, it's not always a guarantee, but it goes down a lot of the time and you can get a better entry point. But with how hype OpenAI is, I don't know if that's going to be the case. It's so hype. Like I said, it's hyped up. One of the craziest IPOs maybe ever. It could be the craziest IPO ever. Honestly, I'll say that. Facebook was big, a lot of other ones were big, but I think OpenAI could take the cake, and I'm pumped to see kind of how it plays out, obviously. But look, this news has Nvidia breaking out towards all-time highs. I mean, this thing has been breaking out. We called this out not too long ago. The wedge, or the ascending triangle, right? We ripped out of that. We hit 212, saw a little bit of a pullback, consolidation, whatever you want to call it, Thursday, Friday. Now we're continuing the uptrend, and it looks like to me, guys, we're going right through here. We're going to all-time highs. I think that's where we're going again. And same thing here on Amazon. Pretty obvious, right? We just hit all-time highs today. So this is extremely bullish on Amazon. The charts are very bullish. We broke through 240. That was a multi-month resistance, right? We then saw a drawdown after the good earnings. Buyers came in at 240, at 245, and now we're starting to see this push again towards 260, 255, 260, and we're hitting the above that after earnings price, which is great. Goes to show the strength here in the bulls. So I'm excited about Amazon. Obviously, I'm long. I've been buying the stock, not really recently in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, but I was loading up here, of course, in April as well, April, May, June. And Nvidia is one that you guys know that I was pounding the table months ago. If you guys followed me into this, which I'm not telling you to do your own research, blah, blah, blah. But Nvidia is a big company. A lot of people were buying the dip. If you just simply bought and held, you're great. You're doing really good at this point. I was buying all in the 80, 90 range, 100, 105, 10. Honestly, I wish I bought more under 130. Under 130, this was a screaming deal, but it kind of rebounded pretty aggressively from that point. And look, at this point, we can see the ascending triangle, like I said, played out, and it arguably might be a little bit overbought, heading into these earnings. But with the infinite money glitch, like I said, anything is possible with Nvidia right now. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll discuss more about this later today, and we'll be talking about it in the Discord on Patreon, so make sure you all sign up for that if you're interested. That's linked down below. We do all the updates there to the portfolio, the whole 9 yards, and yeah, check it out if you're interested. And with that being said, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.